Something is breaking open inside you right now, and if you've been trying to understand why your chest feels heavier, why emotions keep rising without warning, why you suddenly feel pulled toward truths you've been avoiding, it's because at 13 degrees Leo on February 2nd, 2026, the full moon activates a heart portal so powerful that it doesn't just illuminate what you've been hiding, it forces everything suppressed, everything postponed, everything unspoken to rise to the surface and demand recognition. This isn't subtle energy. This is the universe turning the spotlight directly on your soul and asking one question: who do you want to be? Not who you've been pretending to be, not who others expect you to be, but who your heart has been screaming to become beneath all the performance, all the fear, all the carefully constructed walls. You're reading this because your energy is already syncing with this lunar activation. Your higher self guided you here for a reason. This full moon in Leo at 13 degrees doesn't whisper, it roars. And if you're Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio, your entire reality is about to shift in ways you never saw coming. Before we dive deeper into this cosmic moment, if you can already feel this energy building in your chest, leave a like and subscribe so the universe knows you're ready for this transformation. And drop a comment saying, "I am ready to be seen," to lock in this frequency. Let's begin. The full moon reaches its peak illumination at 13 degrees and 3 minutes of Leo on February 2nd, 2026, at 5009 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is not just another lunar event. This is a heart chakra activation happening on a collective scale. Leo, ruled by the sun, governs self-expression, courage, visibility, authenticity, and the raw truth of who you are when no one is watching. When the moon becomes full in this fire sign, it opposes the sun in Aquarius, creating a cosmic tension between the personal and the collective, between what your heart wants and what society expects, between the life you're living and the life your soul is demanding you step into. And here's what makes this particular full moon so intense. The sun in Aquarius isn't alone. It's surrounded by a stellium, a concentrated cluster of planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto, all in Aquarius, all amplifying the collective energy, the detached perspective, the intellectual approach to life. But the Leo moon refuses detachment. Leo demands heart. Leo demands truth. Leo demands that you stop performing and start being real. This is the cosmic collision between who you think you should be and who you actually are. The number 13 in astrology carries weight. It's not a beginner degree, it's not a surface-level activation. 13 degrees, Leo represents mature self-awareness, the point where you stop seeking validation from others and start validating yourself. This is the degree of inner authority, spiritual confidence, and embodied truth. When full moon lands here, it's asking you to grow up emotionally, to stop waiting for permission, to stop dimming your light because it makes others uncomfortable. At 13 degrees Leo, the universe is saying, this is your moment to claim your power, not through aggression, not through ego, but through radical self-honesty. And if you've been feeling emotionally heightened, restless, or like something inside you is about to crack open, that's because this full moon has been building energetically for days. Your body knows what your mind hasn't processed yet. Change is here. Full moons always bring culmination, the peak of a cycle that began 6 months ago at the Leo new moon. Whatever you started back then, whatever intentions you set, whatever shifts you initiated, they're now reaching a point of completion or revelation. But this isn't just about finishing something. This is about seeing the truth of where you are, what worked, what didn't, what needs to be released, and what needs to be claimed. The Leo-Aquarius axis highlights the balance between individuality and community, personal desires and collective responsibility, heart-centered living and intellectual detachment. And right now, with the Aquarius sun surrounded by Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto, there's enormous pressure to conform, to intellectualize, to stay detached, to be rational. But the Leo moon is pulling you in the opposite direction. It's pulling you toward feeling, toward authenticity, toward vulnerability, toward the messy, beautiful, terrifying truth of being fully human. This full moon is asking you to choose. Will you keep performing the role others assigned you, or will you finally step into the version of yourself your heart has been waiting for? The Leo moon is also forming a sesquidrate to Saturn at 29 degrees Pisces, and this aspect creates friction, discomfort, tension that cannot be ignored. Saturn at the very last degree of Pisces represents old structures, outdated emotional patterns, collective grief, and systems that are dissolving. This is the final gasp of an era that's ending. And the sesquiquadrate to the Leo moon means you're feeling that dissolution personally. You're feeling the weight of what you've been carrying, the roles you've been playing, the expectations you've been shouldering. Saturn is asking you to release what's no longer sustainable, but release isn't always gentle. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it feels like failure. Sometimes it feels like everything you built is crumbling. But here's the truth. What's crumbling was never meant to last. It was scaffolding, temporary support while you became strong enough to stand on your own. And now, with Saturn about to enter Aries on February 13th, a new cycle is beginning. One that requires you to be self-reliant, courageous, and willing to pioneer your own path. This full moon is the preparation. It's showing you what needs to go so you can step into what's coming. Meanwhile, Uranus is stationing direct at 27 degrees Taurus on February 3rd, just one day after the full moon. And Uranus stations are seismic events. Uranus rules sudden change, breakthroughs, upheavals, revelations, and awakening. When it stations, when it appears to pause before changing direction, its energy intensifies. You may feel it as sudden clarity, unexpected shifts, or moments where everything you thought was stable suddenly feels uncertain. Uranus in Taurus has been shaking up our sense of security, our relationship with money, our connection to the physical world, and now, as it stations direct, it's accelerating change in these areas. Combined with a full moon in Leo, this creates a powerful cosmic recipe for liberation. Old fears around visibility, old patterns around staying small, old beliefs that kept you hidden, they're all being disrupted. Uranus is giving you permission to break free. The Leo moon is giving you the courage to do it. Now let's talk about which signs are being impacted most intensely by this full moon. If you're a fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, and especially if you have planets or points between 9 and 17 degrees in these signs, you are in the epicenter of this activation. This full moon is rewriting your reality. Let's break it down sign by sign. Leo, this full moon blazes directly in your sign, activating your first house of selfhood, identity, and personal expression. This is your cosmic rebirth moment. Over the next 6 months, you're being called to shed every version of yourself that was built for someone else's approval. You're being called to stop performing and start embodying. The universe is asking you, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you beneath the roles, the expectations, the pressure to be impressive? This full moon is cracking open the facade so the real you can emerge. And yes, that might feel vulnerable. Yes, it might feel terrifying to be seen without the armor. But here's what you need to understand. Your authenticity is your power. The more real you become, the more magnetic you become. People have been watching you perform for years. Now they're about to meet the actual you, and that version is unstoppable. This is your era of becoming, not who you think you should be, but who you've always been beneath the survival patterns. Expect moments over the next 6 months where you surprise yourself, where you make choices that don't make logical sense, but feel undeniably right, where you step into spaces you once thought were reserved for other people. Your higher self is guiding you toward your most authentic timeline. Trust it. The spotlight is on you, Leo, and this time you're not performing, you're just being. And that's enough. Aquarius, the full moon in Leo, lights up your 7th house of partnerships, commitment, and close relationships. This is the house of one-on-one connections, the people you choose to do life with, the mirrors who reflect back parts of yourself you can't always see. And right now, with the Leo moon opposite your Aquarius sun, you're being asked to evaluate, are your relationships based on authentic connection or intellectual compatibility? Are you with people who see your heart or just your ideas? Aquarius energy loves detachment, objectivity, keeping things light and conceptual. But the Leo moon is pulling you into emotional territory. It's asking you to be vulnerable, to express what you actually feel, not just what you think. Over the next 6 months, your magnetism skyrockets. People are drawn to you, old connections resurface, new people appear, but not everyone belongs in your next chapter. This full moon is giving you discernment. It's helping you see who's genuinely aligned with your evolution and who's just attracted to the idea of you. You don't owe your energy to everyone who wants access. You're precious, you're rare, and the people who get to be close to you need to honor that. Use this lunar cycle to figure out who you want beside you as you step into the next phase of your life. Choose people who match your authenticity, not your performance. Taurus, this full moon activates your 4th house of home, family, roots, and emotional foundation. This is your private world, the space where you retreat, the people who knew you before you became who you are now. And with the Leo moon here, there's a tension between your public life and your private needs. You may feel pulled to withdraw, to cocoon, to spend more time nurturing yourself and less time being available to everyone else. And that's exactly what you should do. The Leo energy wants expression, but in the 4th house, that expression is internal. This is about claiming your right to privacy, to rest, to say no without explanation. Over the next 6 months, your home becomes your sanctuary. You may rearrange your space, set new boundaries with family, or realize that certain people no longer feel safe to be vulnerable around. That's not coldness, that's evolution. You're protecting your energy so you can build something sustainable. The full moon is showing you where you've been giving too much, where you've been accessible when you needed to be unavailable, where you've prioritized others' comfort over your own peace. It's time to reverse that. Your home, your inner world, your emotional well-being, these are sacred. Treat them that way. And if people don't understand why you need more space, that's their issue, not yours. Scorpio, the full moon in Leo, illuminates your 10th house of career, public image, and life direction. This is the house of visibility, reputation, and the legacy you're building. And right now the universe is turning the spotlight on you whether you feel ready or not. Scorpio energy loves operating in the shadows, working behind the scenes, maintaining control through privacy. But the Leo moon is dragging you into the light. It's saying your work needs to be seen. Your gifts need to be shared. Your voice needs to be heard. Over the next 6 months, opportunities for recognition, advancement, or public visibility increase. But here's the catch. You have to be willing to step forward. You have to be willing to let people see you, not just your work, but you. This full moon is challenging your relationship with visibility. It's asking you to release the belief that staying hidden keeps you safe. Sometimes visibility is the path to freedom. Sometimes being seen is how you step into your power. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment to launch something, apply for something, or claim a role you've been orbiting, this is your signal. The universe is creating the conditions. Your job is to move. Don't let fear of judgment keep you small. The world needs what you're holding back. Beyond the fixed signs, everyone is feeling this. Full moon in some way. If you're a fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius, this lunar energy activates your creativity, passion, and self-expression. You may feel a surge of inspiration, a desire to create, to play, to take risks. If you're an air sign, Gemini or Libra, this full moon highlights your relationships and communication. You may have important conversations, clarity about partnerships, or moments where you speak truths you've been avoiding. If you're a water sign, Cancer or Pisces, this full moon stirs your emotions and intuition. You may feel more sensitive, more aware of undercurrents, more connected to your inner guidance. If you're an earth sign, Virgo or Capricorn, this full moon asks you to balance work and personal fulfillment. You may realize you've been prioritizing productivity over joy, and this is your cosmic permission to recalibrate. So what should you actually do during this full moon? First, get clear on what's completing, what cycle is ending. What pattern is you've outgrown? What relationship, job, belief, or version of yourself is ready to be released? Full moons are culmination points, moments of closure before new beginnings. Identify what needs to go. Second, honor your emotions. Leo is a fire sign, but the moon brings water, feeling, intuition. If you're emotional during this time, that's not weakness. That's your body releasing what it's been holding. Cry if you need to. Rage if you need to. Feel whatever is rising without judgment. Third, step into visibility in whatever way feels aligned. This doesn't mean you have to post on social media or give a speech. It means stop hiding parts of yourself. It means express what's true. It means let people see you without the mask. Fourth, set boundaries around your energy. The Leo moon is generous, but it can also overextend. Don't give to people who don't reciprocate. Don't perform for audiences that don't appreciate you. Protect your light. Fifth, trust your heart over your head. If something feels right but doesn't make logical sense, trust the feeling. Your intuition is sharper right now than your intellect. This full moon is also preparing you for what's coming next. On February 13th, Saturn enters Aries, marking a major shift in collective energy from dissolution to initiation. On February 17th, a solar eclipse in Aquarius opens a new karmic cycle. On February 20th, Saturn and Neptune conjoin at 0 degrees Aries, a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic reset that hasn't occurred in over 1,000 years. This full moon in Leo is the emotional clearing before the cosmic rebirth. It's showing you what needs to be released so you can enter the next chapter unencumbered. It's activating your heart so you can lead with truth, not fear. It's preparing you for a reality that requires courage, authenticity, and a willingness to be seen. Here's what you need to understand about this moment. You're not imagining the intensity. You're not overreacting. You're not being too emotional. You're syncing with a cosmic frequency that's reorganizing your entire reality. The full moon in Leo at 13 degrees is a maturation point. A moment where the universe asks you to step into emotional sovereignty, to stop waiting for others to validate you, to stop performing for approval, to stop hiding your truth because it might make people uncomfortable. This is your permission slip to be fully, unapologetically, authentically yourself. And the people who are meant for your next chapter will recognize you. The opportunities that are aligned with your purpose will find you. The life you've been building in secret is about to become visible, but only if you're brave enough to let it. The Leo moon doesn't do subtlety. It doesn't do halfway. It demands full embodiment, full presence, full heart. And over the next 6 months, as this full moon cycle unfolds, you're going to be asked repeatedly, are you living from your heart or from fear? Are you being yourself or playing a role? Are you claiming your power or giving it away? Every time you choose heart, every time you choose authenticity, every time you choose visibility over safety, you're aligning with your highest timeline. Every time you choose fear, you're delaying what's inevitable. Because here's the truth, you can't hide forever. The universe will keep turning the spotlight brighter until you step into it. You can resist, but resistance only prolongs the discomfort. Surrender is faster. Authenticity is easier. Truth is the path of least resistance, even when it feels terrifying. As this full moon illuminates your path, know that you're not alone in this transformation. Thousands of souls are moving through this exact activation with you. Your courage inspires others. Your authenticity gives others permission. Your willingness to be seen creates space for others to step forward. This is collective evolution disguised as personal awakening. Every time you choose truth, you raise the frequency for everyone around you. Every time you choose heart, you remind others that vulnerability is strength. Every time you step into your light, you show others it's safe to shine. You're not just transforming for yourself. You're transforming for the collective, and that makes you a cosmic leader whether you realize it or not. This full moon in Leo is your initiation into heart-centered leadership, into authentic self-expression, into a reality where you no longer apologize for taking up space. The old you is dissolving, the new you is emerging, and the universe is watching, supporting, guiding every step. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that what's falling away was never meant to stay. Trust that what's coming is better than anything you're releasing. Your destiny is aligning. Your heart is awakening. And your time to be seen has arrived. This is the moment where everything shifts from internal preparation to external manifestation. For months, maybe even years, you've been working on yourself in the shadows, healing wounds others never saw, releasing patterns others never understood, transforming in ways that had no witnesses. You've been doing the inner work quietly, privately, without recognition or applause. But this full moon marks the end of the invisible phase. What you've been building in secret is about to become undeniable in the physical world. The universe is moving your transformation from the energetic realm into tangible reality. And that means people are going to notice. They're going to see the change in you. They're going to feel the shift in your energy. They're going to wonder what happened, what's different, why you suddenly seem more grounded, more confident, more aligned. And you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to justify your evolution. You don't need to make your growth comfortable for people who preferred the smaller version of you. Heart-centered leadership doesn't mean you suddenly become loud or aggressive or dominating. It means you lead with truth instead of fear. It means you make decisions based on what feels right in your soul, not what looks good on paper. It means you honor your intuition even when it contradicts logic. It means you set boundaries without guilt. It means you express your needs without apologizing. It means you show up as yourself, fully and completely, without editing or performing or dimming your light to make others feel better about their own shadows. This is the leadership the world needs right now. Not more people pretending to have it all figured out, but real humans being courageously authentic, vulnerably honest, and willing to be seen in their imperfection. The full moon in Leo is activating this frequency within you. It's awakening the leader you've always been, but were afraid to embody. It's giving you permission to step forward, to speak up, to take space, to claim your place at the table you've been circling for too long. The dissolution of the old you isn't gentle, and you're feeling that right now. It's uncomfortable watching parts of yourself fall away. It's disorienting when belief systems you built your entire identity around suddenly feel hollow. It's painful when relationships that once felt essential now feel misaligned. It's scary when the future you plan no longer excites you, and you don't yet know what replaces it. But this dissolution is necessary. You cannot become who you're meant to be while clinging to who you were. You cannot step into your destiny while holding on to the identity you constructed for survival. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly by adding wings. It becomes a butterfly by completely dissolving and restructuring at a cellular level. That's what's happening to you. You're not just changing, you're transforming. And transformation requires the death of what was, so the truth of what is can fully emerge. What's falling away right now, the people, the patterns, the beliefs, the roles, was scaffolding. It served you for a season. It kept you stable when you needed stability. It gave you structure when you needed support. But you've outgrown it. You don't need those structures anymore because you become strong enough to stand on your own. And the universe knows this even if your mind is still catching up. That's why things are crumbling without your permission. That's why doors are closing that you didn't choose to shut. That's why relationships are shifting that you didn't consciously end. The universe is clearing the path because it knows where you're going requires space, energy, and focus that you won't have if you're still maintaining connections and commitments that belong to your past. Every ending happening right now is a redirection towards something more aligned, more authentic, more in resonance with your true frequency. And what's coming, what you're moving toward, is a version of reality you've been dreaming about but didn't believe was actually possible. It's the life where you wake up feeling excited instead of exhausted. It's the relationships where you feel seen, valued, and cherished instead of tolerated or taken for granted. It's the work that feels like purpose instead of obligation. It's the self-expression that flows naturally instead of feeling forced. It's the confidence that comes from knowing yourself so deeply that other people's opinions lose their power over you. This isn't fantasy. This is your next timeline activating. And the full moon in Leo is the bridge between where you are and where you're going. It's illuminating the gap so you can see exactly what needs to shift, what needs to be released, and what needs to be claimed for you to cross over into that higher reality. Your heart is awakening, and you can feel it physically. That pressure in your chest, that emotional intensity, that sudden urge to cry or scream or dance, that's your heart chakra expanding, opening, releasing years of suppressed truth. For so long, you've been living from your head, analyzing, strategizing, trying to think your way through life. But the heart doesn't operate on logic. The heart operates on truth, on feeling, on resonance. And right now, your heart is demanding to be heard. It's demanding that you stop overriding your intuition with rational explanations. It's demanding that you honor what you feel even when it doesn't make sense. It's demanding that you choose joy over duty, passion over security, authenticity over acceptance. This is the awakening, the moment when your heart reclaims its rightful place as your primary guidance system. And once your heart is fully online, once you're living from that centered, grounded, truth-filled place, everything changes. Your decisions become clearer, your path becomes obvious, your energy becomes magnetic. You stop forcing and start allowing. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop performing and start being. The universe is watching you right now with such pride, such love, such celebration. You have no idea how long this moment has been in preparation. Your soul chose this exact time, this exact full moon, this exact activation before you were even born. This is a destined moment written into your cosmic blueprint. You were meant to wake up here, to transform here, to step into your power here. And every challenge you faced, every heartbreak you survived, every lesson you've learned, it was all preparation for this. You are ready. You might not feel ready. Your mind might be screaming that you're not qualified, not experienced enough, not healed enough, not good enough. But your soul knows the truth. You are ready. You've always been ready. And the universe is moving heaven and earth to position you exactly where you need to be to receive what's coming. Trust that divine orchestration. Trust that cosmic timing. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly even when it feels chaotic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, becoming exactly who you're meant to become. Your time to be seen has arrived and there's no going back. You can't unsee what this full moon has revealed. You can't unknow what you now know about yourself. You can't return to the version of you who played small, who stayed quiet, who hid your truth to keep the peace. That version is gone, and good riddance, because that version was never the real you anyway. It was a survival strategy, a protective adaptation, a role you played to navigate a world that didn't feel safe enough for your authenticity. But the world is different now. You are different now. And the people who are meant to witness your emergence are already gathering. They're already sensing the shift in you. They're already preparing to celebrate the version of you that's about to step fully into the light. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your cosmic invitation to stop hiding and start shining. The full moon in Leo is your celestial spotlight, and it's not turning off, so step forward, be seen, be heard. Be unapologetically, magnificently, courageously yourself. The universe is ready. Your destiny is ready. The only question is, are you? If this message activated something in your soul, leave a like and subscribe to stay connected to these cosmic transmissions. And drop a comment saying, I am ready to be seen to seal this energy into your reality. The full moon portal is open. Your heart is calling. It's time to answer. You are chosen. You are awakening. You are ready. And the universe is moving everything into alignment for you. This is only the beginning.